and welcome to the graduation ceremony. As some of you may know, I'm not Mallory Himes and nor am I class vice president, but due to some family issues, Mallory was not able to speak today, so I will be saying her speech for her. All right. On behalf of this year's 2013 graduates, I would like to welcome all parents, grandparents, family, friends, teachers, and faculty. To begin, I would like to share a poem that describes not only our past, but also our futures. The poem is entitled My Final Piece, and it is by Colleen Hoover. We're born into the world as just one small piece of the puzzle that makes up an entire life. It's up to us throughout our years to find all of our pieces that fit, the pieces that connect who we are to who we were, to who we will one day be. Sometimes pieces will almost fit. They'll feel right, we'll carry them around for a while, hoping they'll change shape, hoping they'll conform to our puzzle, but they won't. We'll eventually have to let them go. To find the puzzle that is their home, sometimes pieces won't fit at all, no matter how much we want them to. We'll shove them, we'll bend them, we'll break them, but what isn't meant to be won't be. Those are the hardest pieces of all to accept. The pieces of our puzzle that just don't belong. But occasionally, not very often at all, if we're lucky, if we pay enough attention, we'll find the perfect match. The pieces of our puzzle that slide right in, the pieces that buck the contours of our own pieces, the pieces that lock us, the pieces that we lock too. The pieces that fit so well, we can't tell where our piece begins and that piece ends. Those pieces we call our friends, true loves, dreams, passion, beliefs, talents. They're all the pieces that complete our puzzle. They line the edges, frame the corners, fill the centers. Those pieces are the pieces that make us who we are, who we were, and who we will one day be. When I read this poem a few months ago, I knew I needed to share it with the entire class. Some of us are in the process of testing to see if pieces fit. Some have already found pieces that do fit, and some of us will take a while to find the perfect match. As we sit here today, about to close a chapter of our lives and open a new one, I encourage each and every one of us to search for the pieces to our very own puzzle. Don't worry about the time it takes to find the perfect match to our life puzzle, but enjoy each and every second of searching for it. Congratulations, class of 2013, and I wish each and every one of you the best of luck in the future.
Wow, here we are. Graduation, for those of you that didn't know. I honestly never thought I would be sad to be at the end of my high school career. But here I am, ready to cry like my mom at the end of Pursuit of Happiness. Looking back, I can honestly say I have no regrets. From the moment I stepped through those doors of Lawrence Elementary on my first day in kindergarten, I thought to myself, YOLO. You only live once. I got this. In elementary, we learned the basics, not just of reading, writing, and arithmetic. We learned the basics of friendship, trust, pride, and much more. Elementary was my foundation, my four corners of my puzzle. When I left Torrance, I left with my head high, maybe a little too high. When I walked into middle school, I could tell it was going to be a lot harder than elementary. The biggest thing we took from middle school was who our real friends are. Their support is how we build our dreams. Next came high school. When I walked through those doors, I thought, only 4 years left. I had no idea that in those 4 years, I would start to put together the pieces of my life to form the person that I am today. Of course, not every piece fits the first time, and some not at all. And that's how high school works. You learn from mistakes, learn what pieces go where, and hopefully it eventually all sinks. Now here we are. This is the last piece of the puzzle that we put together. I thank all of you for helping me put mine together, and hopefully I've helped some of you. There is a universal truth that we all have to face. Everything eventually ends. As much as I look forward to this day, I've really always disliked endings. The last day of summer, the final chapter of a great book, parting ways with a close friend. But endings are inevitable. Leaves fall, you close that book. You say goodbye. Today is one of those days for us. Today we say goodbye to everything that was familiar, everything that was comfortable. We're moving on. But just because we're leaving, and as much as that hurts, there are some people that are so much a part of us, they'll always be with us, no matter what. They are solid ground, our pieces that make our puzzle, and the small clear voices that will be with us always. In the immortal words of the artist Drake, we started from the bottom, now we're here.
Faculty, board members, friends, family, woman sobbing hysterically. Mom, I thought we talked about this. Over the past 4 years, we have received the pieces to the puzzle that is uniquely ours. And today, those pieces provide valuable lessons for our future. One piece was logic and came from math and science. The problem-solving skills that we have gained deplore us to ask big questions and to take leaps of faith now. As we search to answer our questions, we cannot be afraid to say, I don't know, let me find out. But this will, not only does pretending to know stand in the way of our curiosity and discovery, but this will also work out nicely when our parents ask us when we plan to stop asking them for money or to move out of their basement. I don't know, let me get back to you. Another piece to our puzzle was finding and learning about the world's timeline and our place in it by studying history. Our 18 trips around the sun have brought a lot of change faster than ever. We were elementary students when school doors were left wide open for fresh air, but clearly times have changed. As a generation, we have a lot more in common with those our age around the world than the generations before us. This explains why those older than us may never understand our favorite pastime, which is posting selfies on Instagram. And as Gavin already alluded to, our YOLO mantra. But this also explains how our unrelenting desire to connect as individuals will dramatically transform the world. Yet another piece to our puzzle was developing our own unique voice through writing and studying language. By developing our own voice, we have started to find our own definition of success, which we must follow even if no one else can understand it. While writing essay after essay for English class, we probably discovered that our writing was strongest when we used our own voice. And the same is true in life. You must always have faith in yourself, because when you realize who you are, you're empowered. But when you accept who you are, you're unstoppable. As you take your first steps into this real world we've been told about, whatever that is, I wish you much happiness, success, and endless laughter. Thank you, and congratulations to the class of 2013.
I'm never going to be able to top that speech from Mr. Reed, so. All right. Well, class of 13, here we are. We did it. We walked the walk and talked the talk, and now we're here. But you know, this isn't the end. We're spreading our gifts and talents all over the state of Iowa and beyond. And these gifts and talents and the people that we're going to meet on the way, those are the new puzzle pieces for our puzzle. No matter where we end up, we're going to be successful. As Daniel Greenberg said, some go on to trade schools or get further training for jobs they're interested in. Some go into the arts, some are craftsmen, some take a little time out to travel, and some start their own businesses. But our graduates find work at what they want to do. Our class is full of all sorts of futures, and we have enough perseverance and determination to be successful in our lives. Something you have to remember, that we aren't done. This is just the beginning. Sure, I'm the last speaker in this big monumental ending, but we aren't ending anything. As Carol Burnett said, we don't stop going to school once we graduate, and that's true. We finished all that Keokuk High School can teach us, but we have life as a teacher now.
As much as we hated doing portfolios and the endless math assignments and the Spanish flashcards, we'll look back and realize that we had it easy. Life is going to be a much harder teacher than Mrs. Edler. Life is going to have more rules than a dress code, and consequences are going to be harder than a gray t-shirt. But look at where we've come from. We have a background that can help us through anything. This may be the last time that we're all together, but don't forget about each other. You have this room full of support. Use it. Eric Benkovici said, "Graduation is only a concept. In real life, every day you graduate." Graduation is a process that goes on until the last day of your life. If you can grasp that, you can make a difference. Class of 2013, we can make a difference, and we will make a difference. We are strong, we are diverse, and we are successful. This is the last time we're going to be gathered together, all of us in one place. So make sure you take a few moments to say goodbye. We're leaving Keokuk High School, we're letting our old selves go, but we need to say goodbye. The Life of Pi expressed this the best. I suppose in the end, the whole of life becomes an act of letting go, but what always hurts the most is not taking a moment to say goodbye. So class of 2013, it's time to say goodbye.